Okay, so I don't know what this little thing is, but we're gonna walk into the middle of it. So we're gonna explore and kind of just circle around and see if we can see any kind of signs to what this might actually be called. And I'll give you some context to it in a minute as well. Let's go check out the room. Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, so here we are. We're going to explore this one. Just to give you a little context of this little area. There's Lisboa Casino right there. Wind Casino's over there. Then this is called the Military Club. This is Avenida de Praia Grande. This is where the ocean used to come up to this spot, and then this is all reclaimed land behind me, and all that's reclaimed land too. And that little spot right there, the ocean would go up there, and there's like cannons right there. And this is called the Military Club, built in 1870. San Francisco Gardens. So that's all kind of up on the hill a little bit, and that would have been traditionally where the water would have come to. But we're gonna explore this little back area, just kind of see what's all in here, and I don't know, we'll find out. So this is kind of stroll in a little bit. So basically you have all these little motorcycles everywhere, and try to go around them, try to navigate in here. So yeah, I got all these motorcycles all the way around. Let me see, can I get through there? I think there's a way to get through there, maybe. I don't want to jump around that. So I guess we'll have to go around. So this whole little area must be all motorcycles in this area. So we're gonna try to navigate out and see what we can, see if we can get into that little area over there. Yeah, quite a popular spot to park motorcycles. So I guess we'll just kind of come across here, and we'll try to go through this one. There we go. So now we're gonna navigate in here. So now we're in this little area. No wonder everybody was looking at me when I was in there. I was wondering if I have a bike, I guess. Huh. Actually, those aren't too bad. I mean, these apartments look like they could use a lot of paint, but they do have tiny little balconies there. Pigeon. They could really use a paint job though. And then there's this whole little space too. Looks like they'll do scaffolding, so you can see. I'll try to get around on the side and I'll show you how they scaffold these things. So we're gonna come out on another street here. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So that up there is like scaffolding, so you can step up. I don't know what's in there anyways. So you can climb up there. So all these little steps, right? So each one is binded, and then you can climb and walk all the way up there. And then I don't know how you get, once you get there, you must there must be a way to get around up on top, I guess. But generally speaking, I guess I'll probably take the tarp down, I guess. But generally speaking, you can climb up these little things, right? And the green tarp isn't there, and it kind of goes all the way up to the top, so you can see these little things. Actually, I was thinking you would walk up these on the corner, but probably not, because that's that would. But they kind of do go, like each one goes down, right? There's another one up there. That one's it's a little bit lighter, so you can see more of the scaffolding. Anyways, we're not going to focus too much on that because it's kind of navigate in this little area. Kind of cool looking buildings in a strange little space. Yeah, I don't know the name of this little space either. There's no street sign right there. That's kind of a cool balcony right there. They do got some cool balconies. I don't know the name of that street though. Yeah, that balcony is like right there. And they got some seats out there. But they would overlook this street, which is just kind of the backside of Grande Lisboa Casino right there. Okay, anyways, we're gonna walk and try to see if we can see a street sign. I could really use some paint. So a building could use some paint. It might look kind of cool if there was some, if it was painted. It's always kind of more of it. Gotta be a street sign here somewhere that tells us what this is all about. That's kind of cool though. Looks like they got some more little balcony. More shops. There's gotta be a name for this area. Maybe I'll have to look it up on Google Maps and just kind of see. But it's this little area right in here. And then there's a Grande Lisboa. That's that start. So this is San Francisco Garden and Military Club, and then you can see all these cannons up on top of that. This is where the water used to come traditionally, and then they reclaimed all that land. And they also would reclaim this little space that we're just walked around into, as well as this casino as well. I'm surprised they don't give us a name for this little space though. I mean, maybe this all has the same address as Avenida de Praia Grande. I'll have to explore it on Google Maps, I guess. So okay, this is where we started at. And yeah, it's interesting. I guess if you're there, there's some balconies, but it's so drab, right? If this is all painted some bright color, it might look quite interesting. And I guess if you lived in this area, you could definitely get a motorbike and just park, but it might cost you something though. Yeah, interesting little space though, right? So let's just end it right there. Okay, I also just removed myself from that little thing of buildings right there. So it's just a little drab, gray, small apartments area right there. And let's kind of put you in some context of it, in the greater context. So Grande Lisboa is right there. That giant circular thing. That's kind of Lisboa. This is Lisboa. And then there's kind of a roundabout up there that I guess used to have a famous statue, but now it's kind of like a major bus depot. So a lot of the tourists will be here, like in a bunch of these hotels, cheap hotels and cheap casinos. Kind of cheap for the city. Yeah, it's quite cheap compared to Cotai. It's really cheap. Still not cheap by international standards. And then that's that little spot that we're at right there. So it's kind of interesting when you see it in this context of where it's at right now. Because basically it's like apartment buildings right there, and then all this stuff at the main bottom part is like caters towards a tourist market, like that mainland Chinese tourist market of buying, you know, gold or watches or liquor, Chinese liquor and things like that. Anyways, that's that little spot right there. Chiquinha, chiquinha.